News 8 at 10. Local people, local news.
Good evening, everyone. A recent vote by the local Republican Party may have violated state GOP rules. Leaders used new technology for the election, and it's causing concern among voters.
Local News 8's Chelsea Brensel has done some digging into this controversy, and she joins us now.
Well, Jay and Carol, last Thursday night, the Bonneville County GOP Central Committee held its reorganization election there. I witnessed something that may have violated the state Republican Party voting rules.
We had to do the texting to speed it up. We'd be here another couple of hours if we didn't do the texting.
Bonneville County GOP Central Committee Chairman Doyle Beck describes the text polling program used in Thursday night's election as faster and easier than paper ballots. It's a program called TextWire that Beck's son Dan created back in 2006. It allows a large number of people to text in response to a question, or in this case, cast their votes for the Bonneville County GOP Central Committee elections.
And more secret.
But is it really more secretive? During my investigation into the service, I found this video advertisement on TextWire's website.
I use TextWire to engage large groups when I'm doing presentations and to also gather their information by having them text in their answers. I was also able to, after the fact, have their phone numbers on hand to be able to connect with them again after the presentation.
Dan Beck says it is possible for clients to gain access to phone numbers, but he did not use that function for this election.
Service you can turn on where when someone texts in, it sends them back a message asking them if they would like to be in a subscription group. And then if they reply why, then they would be put in that list and they can remark it to them.
One woman raised concern about the process in front of all voters on election night. She made it clear that she did not want her phone number connected to her votes. Beck told her it wouldn't be, and from what he understood, he and his son did not have access to that type of information. Minutes later, Dan Beck, who helped with the election, conducted a practice voting round. A man came up and asked if his vote came in. Beck's son pulled up a different screen, typed in the man's number to check.
I basically told him, that's not something that's in the software, but I can log in to a compliance software that we have, and I can look that up and see if, in fact, there was your phone number coming into the system. And so I logged out of the poll system, logged into the other one, and looked it up to see if it was there, and it was.
And that's when multiple phone numbers that were connected to the letter A or B popped up. This happened just moments after voters were asked to text in an A for Donald Trump or B for Hillary Clinton.
I actually saw that it identified the phone number with the ballot. Are you aware of that?
He could do a search to see if he got the phone number, but he doesn't know.
It had the letter. I saw it.
It had the letter, yay or nay? I don't know anything about it.
So because we have no spam laws in this country, we have to be able to identify when someone receives a message that they wanted it. And so we monitor that traffic, we monitor it for spam. If someone's receiving a message and they haven't opted in, that's spamming. And so we can't allow that by law. So that's part of other services we offer, but when we're doing polling, that's not a service that's offered usually. Someone would have to have access to other systems and other accounts, and it's usually a moderator like myself who would be ever looking at any results like that.
I flipped through the Idaho GOP rulebook and found Article 4, Section 1, which addresses the critical issue of confidentiality. It states in part, all officers of the Central Committee shall be elected by the precinct committeemen and precinct committee women at a meeting called by the incumbent county chairman to be held within 10 days after the primary election at the county seat. The election of county officers shall be carried out by secret ballot except in contested races.
Well, that's against, do you know that's against state party rules, though?
No, I don't.
Okay, I can show it to you if you want.
Okay.
It's got to be a secret ballot. See Section 1 right there?
Right. Well, it is secret. I mean, he's not a voter. If he's seen it, he's not a voter. He looked it up for the guy. And how much
So
of
it
that
wouldn't
could
be?
No.
Okay, so no one has to worry about that?
No one has to worry about that. Those numbers after tonight are history.
Here's what State Republican Party Chairman Steve Yates told me about the service. Quote, there are two things that must remain sacrosanct in party politics, the right to vote and the integrity of secret ballots. All leadership contests in the Idaho Republican Party at all levels are decided by secret ballots. That has been standard practice for many years and for good reason. Paper ballots with monitored counting has been the tried and true method, even for large groups. If the process used did not create a secret ballot, then it is a violation of state party rules. The only way for our party and those associated with our party to have credibility is for there to be strict adherence to our rules." End quote.
At the end of each poll, they weren't saved, and so there was no way for anyone to know how people voted there other than the results that came out.
Dan Beck says the difference between paper ballots and text wire is convenience.
It would have been the same results in who would have won these as delegates and as chair people, but the only thing is I think it went faster.
If a complaint is filed, a credentials committee will investigate to see if the election is valid. Now, if the committee finds that it violated the party rules, the election can be thrown out. And if that happens, delegates selected from Bonneville County at this election may lose voting privileges at state convention, and another election for county central committee positions would take place. Live in the studio, I'm Chelsea Brensel.
Thanks, Chelsea. The Idaho Republican Convention starts tomorrow in Boise.